What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Liswa Mutupi and welcome back onto my YouTube channel. So on today's video we're going to be speaking a bit more deep onto understanding what NASDAQ is and how you can make a profit of it, because a lot of people do trade it but we don't really know what actually makes up NASDAQ, where it does come from, and all these informations that we need in order to just have much more better knowledge or understanding towards it. So please do just stay with me, because the information that I want to be sharing is very critical. Like, it's actually a step by step. I've got my presentation here, so I'll list each and every important step by step, so you'll be able to just take this down and you're able to actually use it into your own advantage when you trade NASDAQ next time, because you do know that now when you enter the markets you're going to be entering with a bit more deeper knowledge, towards the marketplace. So please do just make sure to just sit back, I have obviously a pen, notebook close to you, just so you'll be able to take down notes, because this is one of the most important lessons that I actually want us to focus on. So I've got here what I did mention, my screen, so I'll be speaking a bit more about the information that's presented here, and I do want you guys to follow me up until the very end, as each and every point is critical as mentioned. So I've got here what actually is NASDAQ and how can you trade it. So the topics that we are going to be covering is that the first one we're going to be covering what it's made of. So we need to understand what NASDAQ is actually made of. The second one is actually how does it move. We need to understand how actually does NASDAQ move, what actually makes it move that way, and we're going to be speaking about how you can profit from NASDAQ, because it doesn't really help if you do speak about those but you don't speak about how you can profit from it. So I hope that this is actually going to help you out a lot. Make sure to really have a piece of pen and also a piece of paper and also pen close to you, just so we are able to get as much information as we can from this. Make sure to also hit the subscribe button, as you'll be getting a lot of valuable information, and also like this video so it does get to be able to reach more people out there. And yes, let us speak more about this interesting topic. So what actually is NASDAQ? Now, what is the NASDAQ 100 index? Because speaking about NASDAQ 100 index, NASDAQ 100 index is made up of 100 largest non-financial companies listed in the NASDAQ exchange. Okay, what is the NASDAQ exchange? So we did mention that it's the NASDAQ 100 is actually made up of 100 largest non-financial companies listed in the NASDAQ exchange. So now let's understand what the NASDAQ exchange is. NASDAQ is a global electronic marketplace for buying and selling securities. Since it's an electronic marketplace, it means there are no physical trading floors. One thing that we took. Trading takes place directly between investors seeking to buy and sell and market makers. The NASDAQ exchange market cap is 10 trillion, which refers to the total value of companies in the NASDAQ exchange. Very important that we take down all these notes, as they actually do mean a lot when we apply this onto our trading plans. So let us go on to the next one. What type of companies are in the NASDAQ 100? Since we said that it's non-financial companies, what type of companies are those non-financial? Okay, let us take a look at that. Since we mentioned that it's non-financial companies, we do speak about Microsoft. One of the companies are Microsoft, so I'm going to be speaking 5 companies and the rest are 95, of course, since it's 95 companies that make up NASDAQ 100 index. Apple, we've got Apple Inc. that's also a part of the NASDAQ 100. It plays a part. It's also a part of it. Amazon, obviously Amazon is non-financial. Facebook, and also Starbucks, plus 95 more companies out there. So you can take a look at Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and even Starbucks. These companies are very, very, very valuable when you're looking at the NASDAQ market. And also 95 more companies, obviously, not only them, but also other companies. So instead of trading Facebook on its own, you can own a share of 100 non-financial companies by trading NASDAQ 100 index. So instead of you just going there and buying Facebook on its own, one thing that you can do is that you can look at the marketplace, see that all non-financial companies are actually going to be gaining strength or maybe losing value, depending on whatever that you'd be looking at, on which we're going to speak about that at the very close to the end. You'd be able to anticipate with that, but you'd be able to look at that, and instead of you just buying or selling Facebook, one thing that you can do is that you can profit from the whole marketplace just by looking at NASDAQ, and then you can NASDAQ 100 index, and then you can capitalize from it using that method. So how can you trade NASDAQ 100? How can we trade NASDAQ 100 as a person? Okay, you can trade CFDs. So first thing that I would say is that you can trade CFDs. So let me explain what that means. Basically what it means is that CFD trading enables you to speculate on the rising and falling of fast moving global financial markets such as forex, indices, commodities and shares, which means that it's over the counter. Yes, it's OTC, it's over the counter, which means that it enables you to speculate on the rising and the falling of the fast market price. Okay, now let us take a look at how these CFDs work. It's very important of us to understand how these CFDs really work. CFD trading is buying and selling of contracts for difference via an online provider, which basically you can say broker. When trading CFDs, you're entering into an agreement to exchange the difference in the price of an asset from the point at which the contract is opened to when it is closed. Right? So basically, when you go into CFDs, it's like when you go into the marketplace, you'd be able to just speculate that this is gonna rise in just this time frame, whether it's a short time frame, long time frame, and then you can make profit from just that. You can buy, and then when it does rise, you can close the contract whenever, and then you can make a profit from that. If it did go up for real, if it went down, obviously you're gonna close with a loss. So the same thing happens. Okay. You trade using leverage and can trade both long and short. The advantage of it is that you can trade long and short. Doesn't mean that you only buy. You can even sell the market. No? How can you profit? How can you profit from NASDAQ? Now, how can a person profit from NASDAQ, especially NASDAQ 100 index? Because we're speaking about that. There are two types of trading methods you can use. There's fundamental trading, and then there's obviously technical trading that most people would know. There's fundamental trading and technical trading. Now let me explain. Let me break down the two types of trading. Like I want to speak a bit more about the fundamental side of it. Then I want to speak more a bit about the technical side of it. So pay attention to this. It plays a part on the point that I actually mentioned, whereby I was like, okay, guys, I need you guys to actually wait for me up until the very end, so you'll be able to anticipate future market moves coming to this. Okay, so now we at that topic. Okay, fundamental trading is a method where a trader focuses on a company's specific events to determine whether to buy or sell. Example, company release news on that investors are pulling out. So basically, fundamental traders are people that listens to the news or the media, whatever, or that company releasing news saying that they're going to lose value, or maybe investors did pull out, so it means that the companies are going to drop, or maybe they've got investors on, which means that the company might rise in value, or all types of things. But basically what you do is that you wait for these news to come out, and then once they do come out, you are able to make a decision after those news come out. You are able to know whether, let's say if Facebook is, you want to buy Facebook, and they're telling you that they got all these things, they have all these campaigns, whatever, the things that they're doing that's going to allow them to grow as a company, you'd be able to just buy and then hold it for the longer term run, because it's much better that way. It's much better when you're holding it for the longer term run. Yeah? Okay, so that is fundamental trading. And technical trading, now I want us to take a look at this one here, which most people are involved in, even though most people are losing trading, technical trading, but we need to be able to just take a look at how you can capitalize from it, on which that's what I specialize in, that's what I teach in most of my courses and stuff. But let us take a look at it. Technical trading is a method where a trader focuses on the technical analysis of price action. So basically what it means is that, example, look for specific high probable patterns. So basically what this means is that with technical trading, you actually look for repeated patterns in the market. So let's say if it's a bull flag that I always see in the market, and I know with this bull flag, whenever it presents itself, there's a higher chances of it always break into the upside, and it breaks after 1, 2, 3 happens. So I've got a criteria that I tick. I don't wait for news or anything. I wait for the market to tell me the bull flag is here. Tick all your boxes, and then once you did tick all your boxes, you'd be able to capitalize from it. Find out that this trade doesn't mean that it all of the time is going to go well. Find out that 7 out of 10 times it does go well. So you can make a profit from that. You can literally make a living just by understanding that. And at the same time, guys, you can make a living just by understanding two types of these trading, like just by being a fundamental trader and also being a technical trader. You have to understand yourself, see what type of a person you are. Truly speaking, you can understand both types of trading. Only you have to understand yourself, see what type of a trader you are. If you're comfortable with the type of method whereby you are fundamentally trading or technically trading, are you willing to actually listen to the news, sit down, listen to the news, follow the company's news and all those things in order to make trades? Or do you just want to open your chart, your trading platform, look at the chart, and then make future movements out of that? It depends on you as well. But at the same time, guys, I actually do have a free training. I'll put the link below whereby it'll be able to take you from, like, if you're a beginner, especially from a beginner to at least advanced level, whereby you'll be able to make profits. I'll put the link below whereby you can access this, and also I'll put the link below of my Telegram free group. At the same time, guys, please do just make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you find a lot of value watching my videos. It's your boy, this one Mutupia. Thank you so much for watching up until this very end.